Good afternoon, all, and welcome to Mind Matters initiative of NHRD. Mind Matters initiative is a collaborative effort between NHRDN and White Swan Foundation. This is our bit to do for the community to ensure that people think about, ask about, listen about, and share about mental well-being, and to know and to tell people that there is nothing wrong in sharing it, seeking help, and getting better. The reason why we are doing this is a recent survey suggests that by 2025, mental wellness is going to be the second largest contributor for various issues across the globe. Without further ado, let me introduce you to our speaker for the day, and uh, it is Mr. Ramesh. Ramesh is a professional working in the IT industry for the past 25 years. He is currently the director of Intel Corporation and responsible for delivery of Silicon new concept PCs, tablets, and smartphones. Prior to Intel, Ramesh worked with Pratt and Whitney in Canada for about 7 years. Apart from this, he's also a heartfulness meditation trainer, a keen proponent of value education for children. Ramesh has spent about 25 years in Canada and United States and is currently settled in Bangalore with his wife and 3 children. Ramesh is an avid mridangam player and loves listening to Indian classical music during his spare time. So, also a few housekeeping rules. Request you all to be muted at all times. You can raise your hand to ask questions. We will unmute your line when we will want you to respond to that question. You can type in your question in the question window and we will pick it up at the end of the session. At the end of the session, we also request you to please fill in the feedback form, and also request you to share your experience by tagging NHRDN on Twitter with the hashtag NHRDN Mind Matters. Over to you, Ramesh.
Thank you, Guru Prasad. I really appreciate the warm introduction, and also would like to thank NHRD and this initiative to bring about the need for the attention to the mind and to the mental state of all human beings. It's very important that we take care of each other. And on behalf of Heartfulness, I thank you for the invitation. I thank you for inviting us and allowing us to share some of the wonderful tools that we have, simple tools, simple yogic tools that have been passed down from us from generations to help the modern man deal with this topic that I'm going to talk about today, which is how to manage oneself and basically, manage the change that each one of us have to deal with. I hope you can see what I'm sharing, Guru Prasad, and I hope you can hear me clearly. Can you confirm, please?
Yes, Ramesh. Yes, loud and clear. We can see the screen as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. So just to quickly, first of all, you have been introduced to me. My name is Ramesh Krishnan. I work for Intel. I've been working for Intel for the past 25 years. I've been meditating for the past 25 years. I, in fact, started my meditation under this wonderful system called Heartfulness. It was known as Sahaj Marg before. It is now known as Heartfulness over the past 25 years. So I've actually been at Intel and I've been with Heartfulness for the past 25 years. It's a wonderful system. I grew up most of my life in the US and Canada, as read out by Mr. Guru Prasad. I moved back to India in 2003, and I've been here ever since in Bangalore. So what I really want to talk to you today about is something very simple. How these meditation techniques really help increase the quality of life in us as human beings, and especially how do they help us deal with change during the time of crisis. And this, I kind of took this picture of how a butterfly starts off from being an egg and transforms into a caterpillar, into a pupa, and all the way into a butterfly. Like that, we have the necessary tools, or our creator has given us the necessary tools to be able to deal and become what we ought to become. And what I'm going to share with you is the first step, which is, today's session is going to be about how you're going to be able to deal with that, number one. The session today is going to be divided into two halves. I'm going to talk to you about one, the theory behind the whole thing, what we need to do so that we can equip yourself with some of the technique. Second, I'm going to take you through an experiential part of making you experience the heartfulness meditation, the uniqueness of the heartfulness meditation through an experiential session. So I'll take you through a relaxation followed by a meditation. So I urge you to stay along with me till the end, and then I will leave about 5 to 10 minutes at the end so that we can interact and you can ask me any questions and we can dialogue with each other. Okay. So thank you. With that, I would like to get started. One of the first things I want to tell everybody is, and most of you are aware, is that when we actually deal with, in our life, for example, we have many stimuluses that come at us. Right? I mean, when we're at work, when we are with our family, when we're dealing with our children, when we're dealing with our, help, professional help that are in our house. So there is no dearth of stimuluses that we are subjected to. And as the Bhagavad Gita says, we have to respond. For each one of those stimuluses, we have to have a response. Now, there is a nice, quote which Dr. Viktor Frankl, from the book called Man's Search for Meaning, he says, and I wanted to kind of share with all of you over here, that between the stimulus and the response, between a stimulus and a response, there's always a space. And in that space lies our power to choose our response. And he says that in our response lies our growth and our freedom. This is a very, very powerful quote. So it basically, what it says is that there is no control over the stimulus because we don't know what we're going to be subjected to, such as this pandemic. But we have to respond. And there is no choice on the fact that we have to respond, because every stimulus requires a response. But there is a space in between, and how we utilize that space can possibly determine the response and the effectiveness of that response. And what we're going to talk about is how to use this space that is given to us, which makes us extremely powerful as human beings, and how meditation as a tool helps us increase that space and utilize that space and utilize the power that we have that is deep within us, the wisdom that is there within us, to be able to perform, to be able to provide the right response to that particular stimulus. With that, I want to kind of take you all through a little visualization exercise. And you can kind of look at these circles that are in front of you as the stimuli in our daily lives. Right? And you can see I spoke to you about various stimuli. These stimuli, are of different kinds. And we live in a very volatile, very uncertain, very complex, and an ambiguous world. Who would have ever thought that 2020 would be plagued by this virus? That tells you how uncertain it is. We don't know. We are subject to climate, changes. We're subject to fires. We're subject to, natural, calamities. So it's very complex. right? And we are dealing with so many social situations, so many changes that are happening. So we live in this VUCA world, which is a terminology that I got from the Harvard study. Now, this VUCA world that we live in contribute a lot to the stimulus that we're subjected to. So if you take the outermost circle, and if I just kind of subject the outermost circle is a circle where I get stimuluses that are various, that can be attributed to various concerns. So if I was actually, having a interactive session with you, over in a class or in a conference room, unfortunately, I'm sitting in my house over here, and so are you listening to this. If I ask you, what are all your concerns? I'm sure each one of you will probably give you a whole bunch of concerns that are presently bothering you. For example, some of you may say, I just wrote a few things down. I'm sure the COVID-19, the uncertainty of the COVID-19, if you're running a business, how are we going to be able to, cope with this COVID-19? If one of your family members is infected by COVID-19, the complexity associated with that. Some of the idiots, for example, who don't protect themselves and subject themselves and subject others, to danger, how to deal with them. If I lose my job, I know a lot of my colleagues who, for example, are on furlough or are losing their jobs. If you drive down streets in Bangalore, you can see a lot of this businesses shutting down because of the inability to meet their payments. The economy is tanking. The stock market is crashing. And of course, if you live in Bangalore, and like any major city, you've got traffic problems. I mean, you can see the number of concerns that we have are numerous. And most of these concerns are not within our control. Natural calamities. We don't know when the next tsunami is going to come. So these are things that if I would urge you to do, maybe if you're in your house, kind of draw a circle and say, what are the concerns? What are my concerns? And they're different for different people, right? Some of you may not be worried about job security because you are probably working in a situation that is quite comfortable. But if you're running a business, you may be concerned about job security or the economy. So, but the one thing that's for sure is that the concerns, although numerous, are not directly within our control. And COVID, the current crisis, is actually adding to this. There's a lot of media, for example, that is capitalizing on this thing that is triggered by COVID. We have a lot of fake news. People are not motivated. People are at home. People are multitasking. People, when we're used to having your children go to school and us at work, we're able to concentrate at work. Now we're at home. The children at home. We have to deal with both, right? So if you can see, the COVID is adding, rather than reducing, it is adding maybe new concerns to this current world in which we live in, the VUCA world that we live in. So this is the area of concern. Now, the key thing about the areas of the concern, like I said, is not within our control. And there are more such concerns that will be coming. And how you deal with it is very dependent upon the center circle that we have, is how you're going to deal with yourself. And we'll get to that. Okay. Now, I want to kind of talk about, now that we've covered the outside circle, which is the circle of concern, I really want to talk to you about the circle of influence. If you can see, each one of us, we don't live in a bubble. We live with people. We live in a society. We live with a family. So we have, for example, we have, our, parents. Some few of us are lucky to have parents with them. We live with our, wife, our children. Some of us live with our extended family. We work with our colleagues, although remotely. So these are the people that we directly have the ability to share our concerns with, or have to share their concerns with, right? So we have to So this is the circle that I would like you to list, for example, of who are your people that you potentially can influence. And if you can see, if you write that list, there are several people in that list, right? It could be your siblings, your sisters, brothers, your kids, your spouse, that you potentially can influence, your domestic help, right? You can potentially ask, or to influence, and they may want to influence you as well, right? So this is a circle where, which is not completely out of your control. These are people that if you have a conversation with, if you're able to communicate heartfully, if they're able to understand you, they can probably help you deal with change or deal with the crisis, right? Your boss, if he's understanding, he can help you, right? But it can also be kind of more demanding, given the fact that I'm hearing people, for example, don't have a space anymore. Bosses call their the people that they work with at any point in time. It can be the reverse also, right? But this the circle of influence is set of people that you can influence, or people that can influence you, right, to help you deal with this crisis. Okay, but you can only influence them. There's no guarantee. There is no necessity for your boss or your spouse or your children to be able to listen to you, that they have to listen to you. So we have to learn some influencing skills, which most corporates talk to us about, and how to deal with that, how to influence other people, right? Now, the center circle, and I'm not saying anything new to all of you, I'm just kind of reminding this and how to deal with managing yourself. This is all this, but I'll get to the crux of this, which is how, the center part, which is, dealing with myself, right? So the center person that is there in the center of the circle is the person that you can directly, if at all possible, control, right? So what is it that I'm in full control of? I'm in full control of, for example, what I eat, how much I eat, when I sleep, how much I sleep, my exercise routine. Do I meditate? Do I take care of my mental health? Who do I socialize with? Do the people that I socialize with, do they contribute to my well-being? How much do I read? What books do I read? How does that contribute towards my mental well-being? What do I educate myself on? How much do I donate? My charity work. All of this is directly, you are in full control of this, and you can directly change this in order for you to manage yourself and manage the crisis and manage the change. So what I'm really trying to point out is, with this simple depiction, there are a lot of concerns that you really have. There are people that you can potentially influence. You may be or you may not be able to influence. You may not be able to address all your concerns, but the person in the center, you have full control over. And I can probably write a lot more of the things that you're fully under control, but it's for you to write. And what is it that you can really control? And that is what you need to manage. And if you manage that person that you can really control, that is yourself, then you have the ability to come out of any change or any crisis potentially stronger. Okay. So what are we really talking about here? So the key mantra is, we have to reduce our concerns in order for us to be mentally well, right? We have to reduce our concerns as if possible, in order for our mind to be calm. I have to increase my influence, such either my bosses or my family or my sisters, my siblings, my friends, my domestic help. I want to be able to increase my influence. And I want to regain and intensify everything that I have control over. So that's really what the mantra is: reduce the concerns, increase my influence, and try and regain and intensify my control. So in order for me to do that, I need to start, stop, continue, change a few things. So it's very simple. So if you take a look at it, I need to be able to start, stop, continue, change a few things. So we need to each look at ourselves and say, okay, what do I need to do to reduce my concern, increase my influence, and regain and intensify the areas of my life that I can control. So that's what we need to be able to write down. And the other thing that we need to do is, which we're going to talk about, is how do I do this, right? So which I'm going to address, right? Unfortunately, I'm sitting, somewhere. I'm not able to dialogue with you. I hope all of you understand. We'll have some Q&A at the end, and we'll discuss this, okay? But what I'm going to get to right now is how to go about doing this, okay? All right. Now, the first thing that we deal, the heartfulness tells you is, if at all you want to deal to managing with yourself, the first and foremost thing, before I even come to talk to you about anything, I need to be relaxed. Before I go into a meeting, I need to be relaxed. I need to be relaxed from the inside, because if I'm relaxed from the inside, then my mind is, and my body, everything is relaxed. I'm able to contribute everything that is given to me, every ability that I have, my mental abilities, my physical abilities, and put it to the best use of what the situation really demands. So before doing anything in life, anything, this ability to relax is extremely important. And I will take you through in the experiential part in another 10 minutes, how to do the relaxation. I will lead you through a relaxation exercise, and hopefully you'll be able to experience the relaxed state of being, our ability to be relaxed. So it's very important to be relaxed. And by the way, this is a requirement for every age, be it if you're in school, if you're in college, if you're in postgraduate, or you're doing your PhD, or you're working. Whoever is listening to this, the need for relaxation is very, very important. So you can use this technique to everyone that you have in your house as well. And I will, once we go through this and you experience it, you can connect with our Heartfulness website, and the relaxation, you can follow those instructions, and you'll be able to relax your family members as well. So that's the first step of how to go about doing it. Okay. So relaxation, this, as I said, this technique brings about complete relaxation to the body and the mind. You can relax yourself using this technique anytime you feel the need. You can teach this technique to the people that you know as well. And children can do this before they study or before they go to bed. So this is, has been proven really beneficial for students, for children, especially before their exams, when they're studying, and especially given the fact that everybody's together. It's important that you teach them this technique. You teach any member in your house, for that matter, so that they can benefit from this. Okay, so that's the first step, is learning to relax. The second step, which I'm going to introduce you to today, is this concept called meditation, right? It's not anything fancy. We are, by the way, very used to meditating, right? Meditation is another word it just means to continuously think about something, right? And we know how to do this. We know how to meditate. If we run our businesses, in order for us to run a business, we continuously think about how to improve our businesses, how to improve our processes, before we even undertake a trip for that matter, you plan your trip. So continuously thinking about something is called meditation. People think meditation is concentration. It's not concentration. It is a way by which you can learn to set your mind on a single object. That's what meditation really means. And I'll take you through a practical experience of that. Okay. So now there's different understanding of meditation, and I kind of try and simplified it into a graph, right? It all depends upon the mind and the amount of effort that you really put into it, right? If you focus your mind on something and you put a lot of effort in actually focusing your mind on a specific thing, it really means concentration. That's not what we're trying to do. By the way, you can't concentrate for a very long period of time because your mind will get very tired. So that's not what we're trying to do when you say meditate. right? So when you're trying to be very focused and you put a lot of effort into it, like a lot of people say, for example, you have to think about a specific mantra and you can't deviate from that. That's concentration, and it can lead to headaches and lead to a lot of problems, right? On the other extreme, if you have an unfocused mind and you put a lot of effort, then you're frustrated, because sometimes when you try and meditate and your mind is all over the map, it's not focused at all, right? Then it leads to frustrations, and that's why a lot of people give up on meditation, right? But we will help you with that, right? And then, of course, if you don't put any effort and your mind is completely unfocused, right? It's all over the map, then that means you're daydreaming, which is a good state to be in sometimes. It's not wrong. It's good to daydream sometimes. It relaxes your mind. There's no effort on the mind, and your mind is completely unfocused. And it's a state of being, in a state of daydream state. But what we really want you to do in order for you to benefit and to make the maximum use of the mind, because the mind, if you think the body is powerful, the mind is extremely powerful. If you can focus your mind, and if it can be effortless as breathing, right? You don't put effort, for example, in breathing, right? It just happens naturally. Or eating, or digesting, for example, right? It all happens very naturally. So without any effort, if you can focus your mind on something, that is meditation. So hopefully, we've tried to simplify what we're really trying to do. I don't want, when we go through it today, I don't want you to force your mind. I don't want you to focus your mind. I just want you to keep it relaxed, and meditation will happen when your mind naturally focuses without any effort. Okay? So you have to experience it. It's like I can talk to you so much about meditation, but you have to experience it. Once your mind is calm, once your mind is relaxed, it'll naturally start becoming focused into the object of the meditation that you want it to. Then your mind will become your friend, and you can put it to use for anything that you really want to, be it to solve any problems, to at home, at work. You can, and if at all anything, if you don't have anything to do, you can just switch it off and say, I want to go to sleep, and your mind will go to sleep. So it is the best way by which meditation is the best technique to make a very, very powerful instrument that you have. That is your mind. That is our mind, our friend. And I will show you the technique of how to go do that next, so that you can manage yourself a little bit better, manage the change a little bit better. Okay, so what is this heartfulness meditation? So heartfulness meditation is based on this Raja Yoga system of meditation. It's based on the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. It is about feeling the lightness and the joy of the true nature and experiencing it in the innermost depth of our hearts. So what this means is the peace, the calmness, that the inspiration, everything that we're looking for is within. It's within our heart. What we're trying to do with this meditation is to calm the mind, to relax the mind, and we're trying to connect that mind to the heart, where the peace, the calmness, and the entire joy, everything that you're looking for in life is there within you. So what we're trying to do is trying to fine-tune, the heart and connect the mind to that fine-tuned heart, and where the entire peace resides. That's really what we're trying to do, basically. So I hope there's only so much that we can speak about an apple, right? We can talk about an apple. We can tell you the color of an apple. We can tell you the taste of an apple. But at the end of the day, if you have to really, really feel what apple is, you have to take a bite into it, right? And that's what we're going to do today, right? So I spoke to you about step 1, which is relaxation. Step 2, what I'm going to take you through is I'm going to take you through the concept of meditation, which is a very, very essential part in order for you to regulate your mind. Not control your mind, regulate your mind, right? And the word regulation really means You to try another way of simplifying it is try to make the mind my friend so that it listens to you. So as what I'm going to do is I want you to sit comfortably, close your eyes, and then I want you to think that close your eyes, that the divine light is present in my heart. And you want to think of that source of that divine light. So try not to visualize a light. You should not visualize a candle or visualize a tube light, or I don't want you to do that. Just want you to just put a thought that there is divine light in my heart, and you just kind of simply tune into your heart. See what is really happening. If your mind wanders, it's okay. You gently bring your attention back to your heart with that thought again, that suggestion again, that the source of light or the divine light is in my heart. And you continue that process until I say the word, that's all. Okay? So that's what we will do. So what I will do is, if everybody's okay, so we are at about 3 o'clock right now. If I was in a classroom with you, or if I was in a conference room with you, I would have sought your permission to start meditation. But I'm going to implicitly, accept the fact that, that you're probably all excited to start meditating and feel the effect of meditation that is there within you. So with that, I would like to start. So you can hear me, right, Guru Prasad? I'm audible, right, Guru?
Loud and clear, Ramesh.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you. So what we'll do is I will, one second. So I would like to take you through a meditation exercise right now. I want all of you to sit comfortably wherever you are, and then close your eyes. I will take you through the relaxation process wherever you are. Make yourself comfortable. We're going to begin by relaxing our mind and preparing our body, relaxing our body and preparing our mind for meditation. That's exactly what we're going to do. So before our mind enters into a state of relaxation, the body needs to be relaxed. So sit comfortably in any posture that doesn't disturb you. Pick a comfortable spot in your house or wherever you are. Leave everything aside. Just focus on your breathing. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Let go. Relax. Now bring the attention to your feet. Wriggle your toes, stretch your feet. Your feet is completely relaxed. Now feel the energy from Mother Earth rising through your feet, relaxing all parts of your body. Now bring the attention back to your feet again. Continue relaxing your ankles, your lower legs, all the way up to your knees, your upper legs, all the way up to your shoulders. Now your legs and your hips are completely relaxed. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Let go. Relax. Now bring the attention of your mind to your abdomen and to your chest. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Let go. Relax. Now let's continue relaxing our arms, starting with our fingers, our hands, our wrist, lower arms all the way up to your elbows, your upper arms all the way up to your shoulders. Now both your arms are completely relaxed. Now bring the attention. Let's relax our back, starting with our lower back. Let go of all the tension in your lower back. Feel it go away. Relax your spine all the way up to your back. Relax your shoulders. Now your entire back, your shoulders are completely relaxed. Now bring the attention. Let's relax your neck. Let go of all the tension in your neck muscles. Bring the attention to your facial muscles. Starting with your chin, your jaws, your cheeks, your nose, your eyes, eyebrows, all the way up to your forehead. Let go of all the tension in your temples. Relax your ears, relax the back of your head. Feel the tension go away on the top of your head. Now the entire body, from the top of your head till the tip of your toes, is completely relaxed. Now bring the attention to your mind. Keep your mind relaxed. Bring the attention of your mind into your heart. Feel the condition of your heart. Put a gentle suggestion that there is divine light in the heart. And you put your attention on the source of the divine light. If your mind diverts, gently bring it back to the original thought of the divine light in your heart. Keep your mind relaxed. Please start meditation. That's all. Keep your eyes closed. And observe the condition of your mind. And you try to feel the condition of your heart. Try to see how you feel now after meditation. Try and connect with that condition. Make it your permanent state. Try to become one with it. The state after meditation is extremely precious. It doesn't matter how you felt before. It does not matter how you felt during the sitting, the meditation. But the condition after meditation is the most important. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. That's all. So what is very important is you need to observe what was the state of your mind before and after the meditation. Were you able to remain still within yourself? Were you aware of the passage of the time? What did you like about this state of being within? Did the thoughts disturb you? Now, if you're very keen, you can journal all of this and note these things as part of your experience. Now, when you do this continuously, your mind will become, you will start gaining control. You'll start gaining regulation of your mind. Once your mind becomes your friend, then your potential is unlimited, basically. So what we would like you to do is watch and observe yourself during the rest of the day. You can visit the www.heartfulness.org to gain a little bit more understanding about what this institution is all about and prepare yourself for tomorrow's session, which is how to clear your cache. And those of you that are knowing what cache is, the cache is a memory. How to remove yourself. Even if you have, when you have meditation, there's a lot of things that bother your mind with a lot of thoughts. How to remove where do the thoughts come from, and how to remove the effects that are there within you that disturb your mind. That is what is going to be covered tomorrow by an eminent speaker. With that, I am open to any questions that people may have. And I can, maybe we can have a Q&A session for the next 5 to 6 minutes, and then we can wind up the session for today. And so Guru Prasad, any questions on the meeting chat sessions that people want to know about? We can dialogue right now.
Yeah. Yes, Ramesh, there is one question. I just wanted to let everybody else know. Most of you are have joined the session through the web browser. So we will not be able to unmute you when you've logged in through the web browser. If for any of your questions, you will have to put it on the question. I will relay the questions to Ramesh, and you would get your answers from there. We have a question from Devika Dharmaraj, Ramesh. She's asking if you could recommend some apps where we could use this technique for meditation technique.
Wonderful. So we have an app called the Hearts app. The Hearts app is actually available on on iOS and on Android. It's called Hearts app. So I would like you to use this. You just go up to Play Store or using the iOS, an Apple to download Hearts app. And then with this Hearts app, you can connect with a live trainer. Somebody will come live online from any part of the world and will give you an individual session. So I would strongly recommend you to utilize the Hearts app. It's free, and you can benefit from this. Devika.
Okay. Then we have next question by Anuranva Banerjee. When I do meditation, at times I feel asleep. What do I do?
Wonderful. That's a good question. You see, when we are trying to meditate, when we meditate, if you feel sleepy, that means it's a good sign. You're trying to go deep within your inner self, and your inner self, your inner soul, that you're trying to connect or the inner energy that you're trying to connect yourself with, is very relaxed. So you're going into a relaxed state of being. You're not fully asleep, but you're not fully awake as well. So that state of consciousness that is there within you, from the awakened mind to the completely asleep self, the dormant self, somewhere in between is the state of sleepiness that we're talking about. So you're going into a deeper state of relaxed being, into a different dimension of consciousness, which is exactly what you really want. That's what makes you completely relaxed, makes your mind completely refreshed. That's why, by the way, all of us love to sleep, because we completely go to the deepest state. Meditation allows you to be somewhere in between, neither fully awake, neither fully asleep. And it allows you to benefit from that state of consciousness, which is really good. It's so that you'll experience a different dimension of relaxation in the process of meditation. So it's a good sign, basically.
Thank you, Ramesh. We have next question. During meditation, you only feel that different thoughts are coming and going. What should we do about that?
See, good question again. The thoughts are only as powerful as how much attention you put on them. See, right now, for example, you and I are talking to each other, but there's a lot of noise on the side. If you put the attention on the noise, then you can't hear me. But if you pay attention to me, then and you ignore the noise, then you can pay attention to me. The best way to deal with the thoughts that bother you during meditation is to ignore them. When you ignore them, they drop off. And you put your attention on the divine light in the heart. Over a period of time, when it's ignored, it's like a child that comes into your room when you're working. If you pay attention to them, they will demand your attention. But once you ignore them, they will do whatever they need to do, and they'll just go away. That is the best way to deal with the thoughts that come during your meditation, basically. Ignore them. Learn to ignore them. So if at all anything, meditation is nothing other than learning the art to ignore your thoughts. And once you learn the art of ignoring, then you automatically go into the meditative state, basically.
Okay, thank you so much. The next question is from Giridhar. Meditation means emptying thoughts, but you said continuous thinking. What to follow?
Actually, when you actually, what people want to do, see, there's a misnomer that meditation means no thoughts. As long as you're alive, when you have, I don't know who asked that question. So who asked that question again, Guru Prasad?
Giridhar Kumar.
Yeah, Giridhar. So Giridhar, as long as you have a mind, you will have thoughts. You have to be able to deal with thoughts. So meditation, as I said, is a way by which you put the attention of the mind on a thought of your choice. That is what meditation is to think your thought, so that you can become a master over your mind. A lot of thoughts will come. What you choose your attention on is what you want it to be. And when you have mastered that, you have mastered the art of meditation. So it is a misnomer to think that when you're in meditation, you're in thoughtless state. You can go into a deeper state of being where you ignore the thoughts. You will still have a lot of thoughts on the top, and you will not be completely down below as well. But you'll be aware that thoughts exist, but you will not be impacted by the thoughts. As long as you're alive and as long as you have an active mind, you will have thoughts. But with meditation, you will learn the art of ignoring those thoughts and going into a deeper state of being and gaining benefit out of this. That's what heartfulness meditation allows you to do, basically.
Thank you,
Good
Ramesh.
question. Thank you.
Question is from Anita Rajeshwari. I'm currently undergoing treatment for anxiety disorder because of the current pandemic situation. How can I overcome this panic state?
Okay, so first of all, I think meditation is very, very helpful if you're going through anxiety. So my strong recommendation is it all depends. If you're taking medical treatment for this, then I would urge you to consult with a doctor before you meditate, because you don't want to apply more stress to your mind. But if you're not under medication, then I would start with a simple practice of relaxation. When you just relax, and when you learn the art of relaxing your body and your mind, and then your anxieties will naturally disappear. So if at all anything, I would learn the art. I would start with relaxation, and then I would connect with a trainer, a heartfulness trainer, who will give you an individual session, and then you can have a one-on-one session with a heartfulness trainer. That's what I would like you to do, so that you can get over this anxiety.
Thank you, Ramesh. The next one is a question from Jagan Mohan Singh. During meditation, our thought process is distracting us to concentrate. How do I come back?
Good. So Jagan Mohan, it's a good point. So the thing is, as I said, the art is to learn to ignore. So when you it's like this. Let me give you a simple example. We're all used if you, let's say, if you observe some of your children who love to read, for example, they're immersed in that book because the love of that book, the love of the topic in the book, the story that is attracting them, makes them ignore everything that is completely around. So when you take an interest in your inner self, and you learn to ignore the thoughts, then the thoughts will come and they'll drop off naturally. Initially, it may be a little bit difficult, but if you persevere, then it'll become easier. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about what comes up during meditation that disturbs your mind, and how to clean it, how to get rid of it, what is the source of it. All of that is going to be the topic of tomorrow's session. So if you want to know more about what comes into your mind and why does it come and from where does it come and disturb your mind, and how to get rid of it proactively to remove the clutter of your mind, attend the session tomorrow. It will be really helpful for you. Today, I've taught you what to focus on. Tomorrow, they're going to talk about how to remove that clutter, that cache that is there within you that causes your mind from getting disturbed. So that is the topic of the session tomorrow, basically.
Thank you, Ramesh. The next one is from Kiran. He says, I'm not able to concentrate for more than 5 minutes. How do I go about it?
Good. Kiran, you should not concentrate, because if you concentrate, then you will put a tremendous impact on your mind. You can go crazy. So my request to you is, please don't concentrate. Learn to relax. Learn to relax first. Try to do something that you feel really, really good doing. Learn to relax. If you enjoy sports, taking a walk, do that first. And once you're doing something that's relaxing for you, eating or even talking to your family, learn to relax first. Then what you do is, once you're relaxed, then you try to do the heartfulness relaxation practice, which allows your mind and the body to be relaxed. Once the mind and the body is relaxed, then you try to meditate for about 5 to 10 minutes. Slowly, over a period of time, you'll realize that you're automatically starting to concentrate. Once you're relaxed, once your mind is calm, once your mind is relaxed, and you're able to deal with everything, then you'll see that the concentration will naturally come over a period of time. That is the natural process of concentration, not the artificial process of concentration that you're putting upon. The artificial process will cause you a lot of pain and stress and frustration and stuff like that. This will naturally lead you to a state of concentration, basically.
Thank you, Ramesh. The next one is from Tausif. Can you tell me about meditation duration, the best time to meditate?
Wonderful, good question. So see, what are we trying to do in meditation? We are trying to balance our mind, trying to create a state of balance in our mind. So what is the best time where there's and as you know, we are part of nature. We are formed out of all 5 elements of nature. So the best time to meditate is when the nature is in balance. And when is the nature in balance? Typically, it's in balance during 3 times during the day. 1, in the morning, dawn, when the night is ending and the day has not fully begun. That period of dawn is the best time to meditate. That is also the best time for us to sleep, right? We love to sleep during those times. But if you can kind of pull yourself out and try to meditate during that time, that is the first opportunity. The second opportunity is when the sun, for example, is completely at its peak at 12:31. It's at its peak. That's also at a time of balance. You can also try and meditate during that time. The third opportunity for you is to meditate at the time of dusk, when the day is ending and the evening is just beginning, the night is just beginning. That period of when things are dying down and the night is beginning, the effect of the night is beginning, is a good time to meditate as well. Regardless of the fact that given we have such busy lives, I would urge you to say that the process of meditation is more important than the time. So my request to you is pick any time during the day. If you have some time, 15 to 20 minutes during the day, meditate for 15 to 20 minutes during the day. Try and inculcate as much as possible of meditation. And once you start getting the hang of it, then any time of the day is also acceptable for meditation. But if you ask me the best time, it's the morning, afternoon, and evening, basically. I would start with about 10 to 15 minutes, to start with, to gain mastery over it. And over a period of time, I urge you with the heartfulness meditation, with the trainer, with about in about 3 months, you'll be comfortably meditating peacefully for about 3 months. For about an hour, oblivious to what is really happening. That's what heartfulness meditation has the capability to offer to you, basically.
Okay. Another question, which is just an addition to that. How many times a day can I meditate? Is there a specific period of time that I can meditate, minimum or maximum?
We attribute only 1 hour of meditation, a maximum in the morning. That's what we say, because that's for the busy life. But if you have more time, up to 1 hour in the morning. But if you have more time, you can meditate in between meetings, for example, 10 to 15 minutes to center yourself. Before I go into any major meeting, I try and center myself within myself. I take about 5 to 10 minutes and I center myself. So the more I'm centered, the more I'm relaxed, the more I'm able to solve problems in my meetings and solve problems very effectively. As many times during the day as possible, but at a minimum, try and do about 30 to 45 minutes in the morning. That would be my recommendation, basically.
Thank you so much, Ramesh. We have, oh my God, I think there are questions in.
Good.
Just give me a second.
Sure. You can see me, right?
Yes. I'm just, yeah. Can we get heartfulness trainer consultation as a free session? If yes, for how many sessions? I think this is a question.
Oh, it's all free. It's all free. Thank you, Guru Prasad. I'm sorry I should mention this. We do all of this for free. We don't charge money. I'm doing my service here as free. I've received meditations free. I've been meditating freely for 25 years. All the services of the heartfulness meditation is for free. So please avail yourself. All sessions with heartfulness trainers, either through app or through a live session. You can also call people. You can go to people. You can find the nearest trainer that is there near your area. All of that is free of charge. If you go to heartfulness.org and look at heart spots, you can find out, you can type in your zip code and the nearest trainer will come up and you can contact them directly. All of that is free of charge, basically. There's no cost to this.
The next question is from Sunil. I'm practicing meditation since the last 2 years, but feel sometimes good and sometimes not satisfied. What may be the reason, and what do I do to make it more effective?
So, you see, the uniqueness about heartfulness meditation is you need an ability to do two things. You need an ability that allows your mind to be drawn within yourself. That's the first capability that you really need. The second capability that you really need in order for you to be effective in meditation is that which disturbs your meditation, those things, whatever it is, you need to have a solution for them. So heartfulness has an ability to do both. It has the ability to draw you within yourself and to be able to center yourself to that divinity that is within you through a process called transmission. And that's explained in more detail. It will be explained in more detail to you in the third session. That's one thing. Second thing is, which is going to be explained to you tomorrow, is this notion of decluttering or rejuvenation that is going to be discussed as well, tomorrow as well. These two things will allow you to be able to go deeper into your meditation, and that's what I urge you to follow, to leverage in order for you to get the maximum out of your meditation, basically.
Meditation. The next one is from Ashok Sahu. Meditation with concentration on breathing process, that is the inhalation and exhalation process, and the second process is to fix and concentrate on at the root of nose, etc. Side between the eyebrows. Which process is appropriate?
Good question. You see, the yogic system tells you to meditate on the over here and in the here. We don't advocate that. We don't advocate that because of only one reason. Because this area called the Agya Chakra, or the tip of your nose, allows you to develop powers which are going to be detrimental for you. So we believe in the meditation of the heart region. And once you master the heart region, then automatically you can master the rest of the chakras that are really there. So we start with the heart. We start with the qualities of the heart. When we purify our heart, when the heart is purified, if the objective is to connect with the divinity that is there within me, which is full of peace, then that you go into the source of where everything, the entire divinity starts with, which is your heart, so that you can derive the maximum benefit. That's why we advocate in heartfulness to meditate on the heart, not on the tip of the nose, not on the Agya Chakra, but on the heart. But through this process, we gain mastery over all the chakras, all the 7 chakras that are available to us, basically. More details, please contact our heartfulness trainer. He will explain to you in more detail on how this is done, or go to the website and read about it.
Thank you, Ramesh. I think that's all the questions that we had. We are really glad that you could take out time for us and spend this time with us. And I'm sure that all the 150 plus participants who had registered for the session derived value out of it. I can see that from the questions that we had. Thank you all. Our next session starts at 4 o'clock. See you all soon there. Thank you so much. Avinash ji?
Thank you for an invitation, and thank you for participating. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.